Welcome to Florida. How was the trip in?
It was nice. Yeah, good flight. And everything's smooth so far.
What's the atmosphere like with the group? How are the guys feeling last
They're
couple days?
excited. Whenever you don't have school, believe it or not, they don't all love school. So they're really excited just to be playing football right now. And it's a good time to be an 18 to 23-year-old young man at UTSA playing football.
What's y'all schedule like today and tomorrow? You get on the practice field, I think, tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
We've already practiced this morning. We did that before we left. Got on the plane, and yeah, I really haven't even looked at my schedule for the rest of the day. I know it's just a bunch of fun stuff. So tomorrow's more of a work day, meetings, practice, wake up. We try to keep it as normal as possible. And then at 11, we've got some press conference stuff, and haven't really looked past that.
How do you like the setup here? It's a little different.
Just got here. It's big. I'm sure we're going to be lost as the goose in a hailstorm. So we got guys scattered everywhere, and they've got food right now, so I know they're happy.
That's all that matters.
Jeff, how's it feel different from pulling up to the bowl last year? Different vibe with the group?
That's a good question. Dang it, I said it again.
We're too good at our jobs.
I would say probably a more determined group. Probably a lot more locked in where they are with their grade situations. We know which guys are going to be close and which ones are good because they've been in contact with their teachers this whole time. So just a different feel.
How is that situation shaking out? Does everybody make the trip? You feel like you'll have all your guys?
We'll find out Friday.
You said when we talked Friday that you didn't like some things about how the schedule worked out last year and were making some tweaks to how you wanted to handle the week. What's different?
Just the order of how we're doing it, just keeping them up early. We didn't do that as much last year, so we're going to do a little bit more of what we've done used to. I didn't want to change anything. I just wanted to make it be like it was when we're back home. And we've tried to do that as best as possible. You don't have control of your practice situation. You don't have control of events, so you're just doing your best to work around all that. But just try to keep their routine as similar as what we're used to at home.
Do you think this week's going to be a little bit more routine? I know last year you guys were really coming off the high of the conference championship, and this year you are again, but it isn't the first time anymore. Is it a little bit different in that sense?
It's all been different as far as that. I don't want to sound like we're arrogant or obnoxious, but our kids just expect that. And I think that whenever you win the first one, I've said this a million times before I even won this one as a college coach. He was the high school coach. That first one, I think you're all shocked. I think coaches are shocked, fans are shocked, and media is shocked. Everybody's kind of like, wow, we actually could do this. And then once you do it, unfortunately, your media, your fan base, everybody expects it, which you just act differently. So we're a more mature team. We expect success.
What do you want the guys to get out of this week? And do you lean on the ones who've been to a bowl game before to help out the ones who haven't?
Yeah, no doubt. It's been them as much as me. When we finished last year, I can remember Don Harris asking me immediately what I thought about it was such a great season, and I was already on to this next season. I remember saying, I got to get Frank Harris ready. We got to get back here and get this done. That's kind of been our mindset the entire season, and this is a big step for us. We have a lot of things we're playing for. We have an opportunity to be a top 25 team. We've never done that in the history of our school. We have an opportunity to finish in the top 25. It's never been done. We have an opportunity to win a bowl game for the first time. That's three pretty important things to play in a season that's already been very historic. I am concerned about our depth and the lack of players we have just because of injuries. So we can't afford any more hits to grades or anything else that might come up.
Jeff, what about bowls are supposed to be fun a little bit too, right? Or you get some time for the kids to have some off time?
We did. We've tried to be very intentional about that and reward these young men. It's a fine line. It's a balance, but I know they're excited about each night's events, and they've been great on that as far as curfews and those kind of things. I hadn't any trouble with them. Obviously, I didn't get to come to the first bowl because I had COVID, but so last year was my first bowl. So even though my children remind me that on Wikipedia I'm 0-3 in bowl games, I've only coached in one, so I don't understand how I'm 0-3. We got to talk to Mr. Wikipedia.
Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it said Rashad's going to speak at the press conference tomorrow. Why was it important to do that even if he's kind of still out?
That's who they asked for. So he's really good at it.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I wanted to ask you about Kavoyan. We didn't get a chance to talk about it, but for him to have the performance he did in the championship game and then come back and win Conference USA Freshman of the Year, what did it mean to you to see him accomplish that?
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, him and Brendan were a great tag team back there. It's not the way we had it visualized. We visualized it being Trey and Brendan and bringing Kavoyan along slowly. But obviously the injury to Trey, Kavoyan had to jump in that seat, and I would not say he exceeded my expectations, because I knew how good the kid was. Whenever you have high IQ, high character, and the Lord gives you that much talent, you're going to be successful. And Kavoyan has all three of those things.
He told us on Friday that he's not always sure of himself until he really gets out there and does it. Have you seen that his confidence has grown through the year as he's taking advantage of this opportunity?
It's just a very similar quality to me, being from East Texas. A lot of our kids in East Texas have that. There's some kind of humble spirit about, maybe you don't feel like you're as good because you've been, overlooked your entire life. East Texas, believe it or not, is not as recruited as people believe it is, just because it's so hard to get in there and recruit. It's way easier to fly into Dallas or Houston or San Antonio or Austin. It's hard to get into East Texas, so you got to go into Dallas and drive 2.5 to 2 to get there, especially if you're trying to get to St. Augustine. So that's pretty common for those kids from East Texas.
For Trey Moore, he was named All-American, freshman All-American. That's a pretty big honor as well. What does that mean to the team and you to see him get that honor?
It's awesome. It was one of our San Antonio kids as well. These guys swore about him at Smithson Valley the entire time. Larry Hill was right. Trey Moore, there's going to be huge things for that kid. He's an unbelievable, again, high character, high IQ, and a great athlete.
Some of your guys got kind of left off in the honorable mention area there. You think they're going to take that personal as they kind of move on in their journey?
I'm sure there's more, but I know Oscar, Dadrian, Kevin Davis, I can't imagine there being better players than that in our conference. So I wonder which coaches watch video, really.
Jeff, I wanted to offer you our condolences on the passing of your father. Is there anything special you can remember that you're going to take away that you could use in your coaching career?
I would say that how much he loves people. He has a larger-than-life personality. He loves everyone. I've seriously had a minimum 500 texts a day, and 200 have stories about my dad. I just read one about a gentleman on the side of the road at 1 a.m. My dad's the only person that stopped and helped him. So many students of his. He was a band director. He was a principal. Those stories, they just make you feel better. And he could have waited one more week, but I guess he's ready to go on. And I've sent this to a bunch of people. I can promise you he's singing "The King is Coming" right now, eating multiple doses of banana pudding. The man could tell a million jokes. I can't tell a joke. I can't remember a knock-knock joke, and he remembers every joke. So I wish y'all could have known him. That's the only part I miss about my friends in San Antonio. They never got to meet my dad, so.
You and your brother get a chance to, reminisce and talk?
My baby brother, this is a great story. My baby brother said he's been telling me everything he's been doing back home, by himself, because Kurt and I are down there having fun in Florida, right? And he said, don't worry, I told Mom that she could come live with you. So he's already put Mom in with me. So Mom, come on, sounds like I got you. And he also said when he gets here Thursday night, we're gonna have drinks at the bar, and every story is going to be a drink. So I told him we better wait till after the game, not before the game.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank y'all, man. Appreciate it.